Today, I want to talk to those of you who are worried you're too needy. So many of us experience this feeling at least once in our life, and some of us experience it constantly. This video is specifically for those of you who find yourself worried about being perceived as too needy. Together, we'll explore underlying factors that contribute to these worries and provide you with valuable insights and practical strategies to navigate this concern with greater self-awareness and compassion. By the end of this video, you'll gain a deeper understanding of your emotional needs, learn how to communicate them effectively, and cultivate healthier, more fulfilling relationships. So if you've ever felt concerned about being too needy, this video's for you. Feeling worried about being too needy is a common concern, and it's important to recognize that there can be underlying reasons behind this experience. So let's explore a few possibilities. One option is that you have an anxious attachment. Now, anxious attachment is one of the 4 primary attachment styles that develop in childhood and continue to influence our relationships throughout our life. Individuals with an anxious attachment style tend to seek closeness and reassurance from their partners or friends in order to feel secure and validated. If we have an anxious attachment style, we may have a deep longing for emotional connection and worry about being too needy because we rely heavily on the responsiveness and availability of others to meet our emotional needs. We may feel a strong desire for constant reassurance and validation, fearing rejection or abandonment if our needs aren't met promptly or consistently. This attachment style often stems from inconsistent caregiving during childhood. Perhaps we experienced unpredictable levels of attention and support from our parents, leading to a heightened sensitivity and vigilance around forming and maintaining relationships. As a result, we may have developed a belief that we need to constantly seek reassurance and attention to feel safe and loved. Also, it's important to know that having an anxious attachment doesn't mean something's inherently wrong with us. It really just tells us that that's the only way we knew how to cope with relationships based on our past and the way that we were raised. And I think it can society almost feeds into this because our natural inclination to be needy or clingy can sometimes clash with what society says is good, like being super independent and self-sufficient. And so it can exacerbate those symptoms and make us think that we don't belong, when it's actually okay. It's incredibly common. Recognizing our anxious attachment style is an essential step toward addressing our worries. By understanding the roots of our attachment style, we can start to cultivate greater self-compassion and develop strategies to manage our anxieties. Engaging in therapy or seeking support from a mental health professional can be particularly beneficial in exploring and healing attachment-related concerns. I'm also offering an attachment workshop on my website, and that could help too, so head on over to katiemorton.com to learn more. Now, in the next sections, we'll delve deeper into the potential reasons for feeling worried about being too needy. I'll also provide practical strategies to help you navigate these concerns and foster healthier, more balanced relationships. So keep watching to gain further insights and guidance. Another reason we might feel worried we're too needy could be due to messages we've received throughout our life. We receive various messages from family, friends, and partners that can shape our beliefs about our emotional needs. Sometimes these messages can lead us to doubt the legitimacy of our needs and question whether they're too much or burdensome. Perhaps we've encountered individuals who have labeled us as too needy or make us feel guilty for expressing our emotions or seeking support. These messages can have a significant impact on our self-perception and contribute to worries about being perceived as overly needy in relationships. It's essential to recognize that these messages are often influenced by the perceptions and limitations of the individuals delivering them. They may stem from their own insecurities, emotional unavailability, or discomfort with vulnerability. However, it's important to remember that our emotional needs are valid and deserving of acknowledgement and care. Challenging these external narratives is a crucial step in reclaiming our self-worth and validating our own emotional needs. Remind yourself that it's natural and healthy to seek connection, support, and understanding from others. Surround yourself with individuals who value and appreciate your openness and emotional vulnerability. Developing clear and assertive communication skills can also help us express our needs effectively. By articulating our emotions and boundaries in a respectful and assertive manner, we can create opportunities for open dialogue But remember, healthy relationships involve mutual support, empathy, and respect for each other's emotional needs. Lastly, we might find ourselves worried that we're too needy because we're in a relationship or in a friendship with an avoidant individual. Avoidant attachment is another primary attachment style characterized by a tendency to emotionally distance oneself and avoid deep emotional intimacy in our relationships. If we're in close connection with an avoidant person, it can evoke feelings of insecurity and concerns about being perceived as too needy, because technically they're almost on the opposite end of the spectrum as us, and what they're going to want is the opposite of what we want and need. Now, avoidant individuals often struggle with expressing their emotions and maintaining consistent emotional availability. They may prioritize independence, self-reliance, and maintaining personal boundaries above emotional connection. And this can create a challenging dynamic when paired with someone who has emotional needs and desires closeness, such as someone with an anxious attachment style. Being in a relationship or friendship with an avoidant individual can trigger worries about being too needy because their behavior may lead us to question our own needs for closeness and emotional connection. Their tendency to withdraw, create emotional distance, or struggle with providing consistent reassurance can leave us feeling uncertain and craving so much more emotional support. And it's important to understand that these dynamics are not solely our responsibility. The interplay between attachment styles in a relationship can create challenges, and both parties contribute to the overall dynamic. Recognizing this can help alleviate some of the self-blame and shame and worry about being too needy. To navigate this dynamic, open and honest communication becomes essential. Express your needs and concerns in a non-confrontational manner, allowing space for dialogue and understanding. I'm thinking, I statements and just sharing only your perspective, not making assumptions, right? It's important to find a balance that respects both our needs for emotional closeness and their need for space. However, it's crucial to assess whether the relationship itself is meeting our emotional needs in a healthy and balanced way. It's okay to evaluate whether the relationship is mutually fulfilling and supports our overall well-being. Additionally, focusing on self-care and developing a strong sense of self-worth is crucial when in a relationship with an avoidant individual. Cultivate your own interests, maintain your support system, and engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Building a sense of personal fulfillment and self-sufficiency can help alleviate some of the worries about being too needy and create a healthier sense of balance in a relationship. Remember, your emotional needs are valid, and finding a balance between your needs and the dynamics of your relationship is essential. By fostering open communication, focusing on self-care, and seeking support when you need it, you can navigate the complexities of this dynamic and foster healthier and more fulfilling connections. So how do we know what it is that's making us feel worried that we're too needy? Number one, understanding our own attachment style can be really helpful. For example, if we know that we're anxiously attached, then we're going to go into relationships aware that we might be seeking more reassurance from our present partner because of our past wounds. And that's something that we can learn to navigate without expecting our present relationships to heal the wounds for us. Okay? Number two, reflect on our past relationship dynamics. Recall any past experiences or feedback we've received from others regarding our emotional needs. Have we been labeled as too needy or had our emotions dismissed in the past? Reflect on these messages, and it can shed light on whether external influences have contributed to our worries. Number three, reflect on our present relationship dynamics. Do we feel worried about our neediness in every one of our relationships, or just some? Is it a specific person that triggers that feeling, or a specific type of person, or maybe type of relationship, like a romantic relationship versus a friendship? Do the people in our lives all have something in common? This can help identify, how the dynamics of our present relationships are contributing to our concerns. Remember, these factors are not mutually exclusive. We might find that multiple factors are contributing to our concerns about being too needy. Each individual's experiences and circumstances are unique, so it's essential to approach this self-reflection with an open mind and without judgment. By gaining a better understanding of the factors at play, we can develop a more nuanced perspective on our worries about being too needy. This awareness will empower us to make informed choices, engage in healthier communication, and cultivate more fulfilling relationships. It's important to remember that having emotional needs and seeking connection are natural and valid aspects of being human. Instead of labeling yourself as too needy, consider reframing your perspective. Recognize that your needs deserve acknowledgement, and healthy relationships involve a give and take of support and understanding. To address these worries, here are some strategies that you can consider. Number 1, you saw this coming, I'm sure, self-reflection and self-compassion. Take time to reflect on your emotional needs and give yourself permission to honor them without judgment. Practice self-compassion by recognizing that your needs are valid and deserving of care and attention. Number 2, communicate openly. Clearly express your needs and expectations within your relationships. Healthy communication is key to fostering understanding and ensuring that both you and your loved ones feel heard and supported. Number 3, seek support. Consider reaching out to a therapist or counselor who can provide guidance and help you navigate your concerns. A professional can assist you in exploring attachment styles, identifying patterns, and developing strategies to build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Remember that your emotional needs matter, and it's essential to cultivate relationships that honor and respect them. By understanding the reasons behind your worries about being too needy and implementing these strategies, you can embark on a journey of self-discovery and create more authentic and healthier connections. I hope this video has provided valuable insights into understanding and addressing concerns about being too needy. Remember, you are deserving of love, care, and understanding. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.